All right, all right, all right. Let's do it. Let's start the show. One sec. What the hell? Why am I getting a goddamn ad on my own stream? Hilarious. What's up, everyone? Morning, morning, morning. All right. We got NFP coming up in 10 minutes. Let everybody else join. Give it one or two more minutes, but doesn't matter. Let's start. They're lost. So first of all, we're gonna be giving away two giveaways. One for best question, one for best comment. It's gonna be 25K account. So whoever is gonna post the best comment in the chat and the best question, we'll notify who is the winner. So give it a shot. You can take many stabs at it too, not just once. So throughout the stream, and we'll announce them. Nick will announce it, the winners privately. Not privately, he'll announce them, but he will contact you guys privately how to get in touch and get the account. All right. So that's that. 10-minute warning for 9-minute warning for the NFP. So we're looking for like 11, quite a low number. Not a low number. It's 100,000. 111,000 is the number. It doesn't really fucking matter. It's just if it's gonna be over or under is the more important aspect. Tomorrow is 4th of July in the United States, so everybody's gonna be pretty much offline. This is the last kind of like trading session today before a long weekend. So that's why the usual Fridays NFP is done today on Thursday. So very special, very unique Thursday and free accounts giveaway because it's 4th of July. All right. So yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's see what's happening. Obviously, we're gonna have to wait for the news. As I always say, if you have trades open now, you have to either put the stops at break even or put them in profit if those trades are in profit. If they're in losses, most likely than not, you should probably cut them off because the loss can accelerate immediately because you're going to have a spike, depending on the news, obviously. You shouldn't enter news trading like at this point. You're just going to be doing a coin flip. Professional traders close their trades and they wait. Why? Well, because Wall Street has nanosecond news bots trading, algos trading against each other. Stupid volume, okay? So you guys have zero competitive advantage against $100 million algo running those things, okay? Each bank spends tens and hundreds of millions of dollars on these things, okay? And then it's little you with your button, you know what I mean? Stay the fuck out. All the professional traders stay the fuck out. You will get an opportunity to enter the trade. I promise you that, okay? Every time there is a big news event, there's usually two reactions. One is the nanobots fucking just drive the price one way or another, reacting to the headline. They read the headline and then they execute the trades. Then you have a reversal, and only after the two moves, one way direction, because they basically want to grab liquidity from idiots who didn't close the trades. Okay, so let's in an example of gold. Usually the price they will take out. Where are the stops right now is the question, right? So the stops are obviously above this high. So they do this, and then the morons who bought the breakout and didn't exit in time, they put their stops here. So the price does this. So both idiots get fucking taken out to the cleaners, right? So you don't want to be an idiot. You all look like intelligent people, some of you at least. So you don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't gamble. And that's why prop firms a lot of times don't want you to do news trading, because not a single professional in this world will be gambling with the news. Okay, not a single one. All right, because you have zero competitive advantage. It's a 50-50 coin flip. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but that's not a good way of trading. Okay, so let's first let the market show you the price and reveal its true move. So this is gold. Obviously, we peaked on Tuesday, and we're consolidating ever since. 5 minutes. 5 minute warning. So right now, and that's why, because see, nobody wants to commit capital. The reason why this move has stopped and now it's consolidating is because a lot of professional traders are now on the sidelines. They're waiting for the next move to develop. Either it's going to be down or it's going to be up. It doesn't fucking matter which way it moves. You let the price show you what it's doing, and then you enter. Okay, when the price confirms what it's doing, not the other way around. Most people trade the other way around. They just, I don't know what the fuck they do, but definitely not make money. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, this was written yesterday at the previous live, and that's why we were somewhere here, right? And I have explained I'm only going to be trading once there is some kind of breakout on the directional move that is clear. Once it's clear, again, you have tens of billions of dollars pouring into one direction. You will know that this fucking thing is moving up or down. Just let the price do the initial shakeout of idiots, and then, and only then, do the. Wait, the fucking ads are killing me. We should have disabled ads for next time. Sorry, guys. I don't know. By default, the ads were enabled, and it's annoying. So if anybody's getting ads, sorry. Anyway, 3 minutes. So we always wait, and people are itching to get into the trade. And the itching type of people, just like a venereal disease, usually are in trouble. Okay? If you're itching to get into a trade because you're in this overly excited state, that means you're already not thinking with your clear head. Okay? You're already on drugs. You're cracked out of your mind. You're anticipating. You're hopped up, and then you're there to spin the fucking wheel like you are in a casino. Like in a casino, they don't have clocks. Everything is shining. Everything is blinking. It's for that reason. Those noises, the noises, the colors, everything is designed for you to be in a very excited state. Why? Because then you're just rolling. You're highly likely to become overly aggressive in doing willy-nilly bullshit stuff, and that's why casinos make money. Okay, on idiots. And this is one of the again, you cannot be a gambler in this environment. Take a chill pill, take a deep breath, concentrate, focus, level. Okay, level is the name of the game. But I can't do this stream level because you're all gonna be fucking, I'm just gonna be sitting here like this, chilling, right? So I'm making it a little more entertaining for you. All right, 2-minute warning. But yeah. So let's see. Well, I'm actually gonna be watching bonds as the first reaction. As they are going to be more indicative of to drive the US dollar. Well, we can watch the dollar since you guys, probably none of you understand the bonds yet. I will mention how to look at bonds and how to relate. 1 second. 1 minute warning. Let's do a 5-minute chart. Dollar index will do. All right. Let's wait. You'll see an immediate reaction soon. Calm before the storm. All right. There we go. Bam. There you go. The number is probably bunkers high. Yep, 147. It's a beat. And this is why you don't keep the trades. Look at this. If you were, if you were short now, you're fucked. Same thing. So anyway, Look at this motherfucker go. That means the economy is strong. It's going to turn around, though. Watch. It's going to turn around within the next 10, 15 minutes. It's going to have the opposite effect. Or it's going to be a pullback. Because all of this action is, it's algo. It's not people. Okay? So look at gold. Actually, so the gold is going to be the interesting one for me. We're going to put some fibs. The initial reaction is going to be waning and reversing, but I need a little bit of a deeper move first. Hold on, let me see unemployment. Where did unemployment go? Okay, so average earnings. So the wow, unemployment fell. Wow, so economy is doing really fucking good. So this is going to be negative for the stock market in the beginning, at least. Not in the beginning, but that means the Fed is not going to be cutting. So this is going to be a fake out move. It's going to reverse, probably step out these people here, and then turn around. Okay, because sometimes good news is bad news, et cetera, et cetera. So very, very likely. Again, if we see a shakeout, maybe I'll buy once this initial move is done. Again, don't fall. Sometimes it just keeps on going, but usually 80% of the time you have a initial move, the algo move, reversal move, and then a real move. Okay, and it all happens within the next hour. At 9:30 in 1 hour, when the stocks open, you will see a completely different picture, usually. So that's why it pays to wait. I'll look at euro pound just getting slaughtered. Keep going. So basically now there's a reason to correct all of this move. We can also fib euro. Let me see, 4 hour. So I would say this is the last leg up. So it's very shallow. It hasn't retraced dick. Okay. So what it tells me also next week, I would be looking to buy if we get to this level. I would be looking to buy if we produce a bounce here. All right. Again, I'm not eager here to jump on trades immediately. I'm creating game plans. And the game plan, once I see that the price action is confirming my game plan, that's when I execute the trade. I can take only 3 trades a week, but those 3 trades will make more money and have higher accuracy than most of the guys who are trading 17,000 trades a day, and they're just spinning wheel in one spot. So, and I was one of those guys too. This is what I learned from my boss when I was in the hedge fund, which he would take 1 or 2 trades a week, and I would be taking 5 trades a day. And at the end of the week, you can see who performed what. Everybody's trades, who was doing the whole week, we can see. And then he would be making money. Meanwhile, 80% of my shit was just scratch, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, and it was stupid. And now 20 years later, lo and behold, I'm the guy who takes 2 trades a week, and most of the new guys are like, "What the fuck is this? 2 trades a week? What are They want 17,000 trades a day. That's exciting, right? Because then they're not here to make money. I'm here to make money. They're here for excitement still, but this is not a casino. You want excitement? Go get go to Vegas." But for us, you have to wait and see, and then you take a high probability trades only. That's when you make money long term. So this is not. I got some shit to do today, and let me just jump into something. Okay, so if you want to short, for example, if you think that the US dollar is still going to be pumping up, there will be at least a pullback of this initial move. You can resell maybe here, this order block, right? This order block here. So wait if you want to. Wait for the price to retrace if you're expecting this type of move, right? Sell here. It will be better than selling here because your stop is right here, right? And then maybe don't put a hard stop. Wait for a closing price stop. Meaning, because it might wick you out and then turn around. So in the news days, usually it pays to to trade much smaller size, by the way, and wait for confirmations, because there's a lot of whipsaw action specifically designed to grab liquidity, run stops from other big traders. Okay. Wait. It's my. Oh, never mind. Okay. One sec. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at gold. That's the one that interests me. All right. Remove this garbage. This garbage. This garbage. This garbage. All right. So right now, what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is your old standard reverse inverted head and shoulders. Okay. You have the price action was going down. It went up and then took out the slow, and now it's basically gonna. We are thinking it's gonna put in a lower low somewhere, a higher low somewhere here, and do another leg up, right? So this is a reversal pattern called head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Shoulder is now forming. Now the question is, where do you want to enter this shoulder? Okay, so the classical technical analysis bullshit, not bullshit, but it's, is this, you want to wait for the neckline break, basically price go this, then here, retest, and buy. So you buy here. But that's gonna take a while to. This is a 4-hour chart too, so it's gonna take. That's gonna happen probably in the next week. What we can do is, though, we wait for the price to go down. Where can we go down? So look at this, all these bullish candles, right? Inefficient. This is price inefficiency right here. Okay, so highly likely we're gonna run stops on these people who were bought the last dip. Their stops are right here, so they're being stopped out right now. Right now, they're stopped. Okay, they're done. Right. So I think we're gonna close this gap right here. This is the average true range right here, coinciding with the 618 fib. Okay, average true range means what's the average instrument movement per day. So maybe if we get to 618, there is an order block here. This right order block, fibs, and the daily ATR. You have a triple confluence essentially. Now that's an interesting proposition, because if we see a candle like this now form, with a wick down, and then we take out the candle's high, that's how you trade that reversal turnaround on 1-hour time frame. Okay. Let me go to 1 hour and do the same thing. So this is also price inefficiency. So the faster, if we go here in one swift move, that's excellent. Then we wait for this bullish candle to form. Then we take out this high and we put our stop losses below here and target 1-to-1. Okay, so lows here. That's 1-to-1, or you can take half off here, break even, and then let it ride in case it keeps on running. That's the trade. That's it. And if it happens, this is my high probability trade. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. I don't need to have great trades every day. I just need to have great trades, and then I make money. You know what I mean? If it's 1 or 2 a week, well, so fucking be it, but they're gonna be highly accurate, high probability trades. Sometimes they will not work out, but 80% of the time, 75% of the time, they will. And those are the ones you want to take. All right. And that's my trading style. Somebody likes to trade 5 minutes and they already took five trades. Mazel tov, good luck. That's your thing. It works for you. You tested your system. Good for you. I run 2 funds. I also trade for Swiss Family Office. So I don't have time to do 5-minute bullshit. And I prefer to have confirmation. And confirmation comes from higher time frames. So at least 1 hour time frame is my sweet spot. 1 hour time frame gives 4, and then 1 hour time frame are the ones that give me enough trades per week for me to make a lot of money. So I don't need to jump on a 5 minute chart. I don't need that excitement. I have plenty of fucking excitement running businesses too, on top of everything, right? So if I want excitement, I'll use the weekend for excitement. I always give this stupid example. When I was your age, it was young and full of piss and vinegar. I would go on weekends, just blow some steam off in casinos. Take your whatever you have. Obviously, you have to start making money, but you take whatever your $500, couple of $100, and go play. Go gamble, because you get that gambling stupidity out of your system. Come Monday, you're not sitting there itching to gamble. You're sitting there cold. You got that stupid shit out of your system. Now you can actually just trade and make money. So look at this reversal already. You see this? That's called, what happened here? What exactly happened? I told you we wait for here if you want to resell. So what happened? What happened was people. These were the stops here. We just grabbed their stop losses. This is them getting stopped out. The algos that drove this price are now what? What did I tell you? There's going to be an initial move. There's going to be a reversal move, and then you're going to have a real move. It's going to be either up or down, but that's how it works. Shit. So the initial batch of idiots gone. Where's the other bunch of idiots? Here. This is where their stop losses are. So it often does this and then takes off. So basically, people who jumped here, who were impatient, they're like, "Fuck, I was right, but they ran my stops and they took my $50." No, nobody cares about your $50. They're here. These are banks trading against banks, against hedge funds, and large private individuals. This is not. This is you're not on the map. Nobody cares about $100,000 stop loss here, okay, or $1 million stop loss. It's bullshit. So again, the news was good for the U.S. economy. So the dollar is pumping, and the reason this dollar is pumping is because now because the economy is doing good, doing well. So you got to use proper fucking grammar. Right? So the economy is doing well. That means that Powell is correct, and he doesn't need to lower interest rates to stimulate the economy because the data is good. So if the data is good and the yield, the bond yield, which we're going to take a look right now, see this is the price of a bond. So the yield is going up. That means that the payment on the U.S. dollar is going to be higher. Okay, you can just look at the yields. All right, 10-year yield, 2-year yield, 30-year. Okay, this is short-term yields going up right now. Okay, showing that if economy is doing great, that means federal. That's what I'm explaining to you. What big traders are thinking. This thinking process on Wall Street. They see that because the economy is doing good, well, the Federal Reserve, Powell, doesn't have to act cutting interest rates prematurely. Because the economy is doing well, it doesn't need any help. They cut their interest rates to stimulate the economy. The economy is fucking stimulated enough. You know what I mean? You can only get this hard. So once you're achieved your maximum, what's the point of more stimulation, so to speak? So without being, gross and everything else, it's the same thing. It's the same principle. There's no point in stimulating more. Thus, big traders are betting that the rates will stay higher for longer, thus helping the dollar. Okay? That's the thinking process. So this is why you're getting this reaction. This is why gold is getting hammered, silver too. But always look at the gold and silver together, okay? That's another key thing. So spot gold is down 1.3. Meanwhile, silver is only down 0.3. What it's telling me is if we get to this sweet spot zone of previous wave right here, that means most likely than not, if we get to I could take a stab at longs here, basically, at these levels here, like this, and then target somewhere here. So it's 1 to 5, 1 to 6, whatever, easy peasy. Again, I need to see that. I'm not gonna just leave an order here, but we went above daily normal range. Obviously, today's news, so it can penetrate that, but go beyond that, beyond the normal range, right? But then you have the confluence of the previous swing high here, previous resistance now turning support, closing this market inefficiency. Once the market inefficiency, price inefficiency gets closed, usually traders who push this price down, they take profit. And then you have the turnaround, okay? All right, you guys are riding up a storm. I appreciate it. We will, as promised, the best comment, best question will, one of each, will be awarded a 25K account. So that's our 4th of July. Thank you. But we're also running a 50% off both on funding futures and funding traders right now for 4th of July, obviously. So flash 50, funding futures or traders. It's the same thing. It's not the same thing, but the same promo for people who want to trade more Forex and CFDs. Then you use funding traders. People who like to trade futures because they like centralized exchanges. Then they trade, and more of a U.S.-based type of guys, then they can trade futures. Okay, so pick your poison, pick your winning, winning vehicle. You know what I mean? So pick your race car. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. So see stocks first they pumped, and people who chase are, remember when we were here, I told you that this is probably going to pop the stops here because and it's happening, right? When it was released 17 minutes ago, it didn't look that way. It looked like, fucking just, let's go, baby. It's going to go to the moon. And this is how this is exactly how unprofessional and even novice traders get trapped, okay? Because they see, oh, this is going to go to the moon. No, it's not. You're going to enter here. So first of all, you wouldn't be able to buy it here, here, here. This is an instant fucking price right here, 1 minute chart, okay? So at best, you would be buying somewhere here, okay? So you're already underwater, okay? And now you're shitting in your pants because your stop losses were here, right? So this is what they're doing. They stopped out people who were short because their stop losses were here, boom. And now they're gonna stop out people that are long. And then once everybody gets fucked, that's when you get the true move. And that's when me and you will jump on a trade. Capiche? All right. Gold running out of steam a little bit. Come on, go a little deeper. See, there's an order block here too. Shit, fuck. Let's go 15 minutes. All right. Obviously, this is just starting to profit taking by the algos and the people, big traders that drove the price down. They're closing their positions. Why? Well, because now you have stock market open in 40 minutes, and that's going to be, this can change this picture completely. The day is just starting in the United States, so that's why be patient. You'll at least get one trade today. All right, so we'll chill for now. See, again, what happened? Break, and it's not just you, it's breakout traders. Okay, there are algos that are programmed to buy the breakout. So now when we took out this high here, right, there were orders sitting right here. First of all, orders to stop out the shorts, and then people saw that, oh, this is a breakout. So that means the trend is up. We're going to continue up, right? And now they're trapped. They bought it here, 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 and here. You know what I mean? And now it's going against them again. And your question as an intelligent human being is, where are their stop losses? Because this is where most likely the price will go. All right, it's going to grab their liquidity here. It's going to go here or here. It's pretty much same level. So if you want to buy this uptrend, I would be buying after they get all wiped out. They get wiped out. That's when I buy. Okay, because then you stepped out the shorts, you stepped out the longs, all the premature ejaculators are gone. And that's when you get the real move. So that's why we're waiting. And the real move will start only around 9:30 in whatever, in 40 minutes when the stock market's open, right? So, wow. One sec. All right, let's see. Come on. See, you can't even do a bounce, which is a good sign. I like when the move is exhausted. I don't know if it's gonna stop here, here, here. I don't want to know. I want to see when the fucking athlete that ran 20 miles is, death near death fucking state. That's when the price action is like bare. It's already on its last legs. It gets to my level. I just push it over and it reverses. You know what I mean? That's what I like to do. But this is ultra conservative trading. Not for everybody. That you definitely not gonna get trades every single time, every day, multiple trades a day. This is more of a, again, stupid high probability trades that you can just push. It doesn't take any effort because the price is already exhausted. People will take profit, and it will turn around. The bare minimum you're gonna do is if the price gets here, we see a little turnaround. People starting taking profit. A follow through starts. You buy here on the follow through. At least you're gonna have some kind of retracement of this move down at 30 or 50%. So you'll catch a little bit. Okay, you will at least get, because the move was so it's already out of bullets, out of juice, out of energy. You're gonna have a bounce, and I want to buy this bounce in the direction of the trend. So I don't know if it's gonna keep going, or it's just gonna be a temporary pullback and then continuation tomorrow or Monday rather, right? I don't give a shit because I'm gonna be at break even. I'm gonna take half off, and if this runs, it runs. Like the Ivan Drago. If it dies, it dies, right? If it dies, it dies. That's what I like. Okay. This is my bread and butter trading. It's been consistent. It's been profitable. I'm not going to be reinventing the wheel. And I also don't need to chase every single idea out there. Because I know in the next month, in the next 100 trades, next 50 trades, this will be profitable. So all I need to do is just be an algorithm myself that just uses discretion to enter into these type of setups over and over and over again without being distracted. And see, again, a lot of new traders, they have a shiny object syndrome. They try this, they try that, and they don't trade enough of the same system to have proper data to establish whether it's working or not. Because if you took somebody's system once or twice, you were out of 100 trades, you might have been on the cycle, on the statistical outline, right? You might have been just in a losing streak. You caught the 3 losers, and this shit doesn't work. But then the system works out of 100 trades. It produces 7 winners and 3 losers. You took the system's 3 trades, and it's statistically it's not enough. Of a number of trades that you took to give any meaningful data to you. Okay, so that's why it takes time to backtest, to let things happen in various market cycles for you to test the system. So that's why I always say you're not going to be making money first month on the job. Okay, it's not a job, but it takes a year or two to go through that enormous amount of work to find what works for you. And this is what works for me. It's been working for me for years and years. So deep pullback, and I don't need to chase. Obviously, there you can. Well, we could have bought here. We could have sold here. We could have done. I don't give a shit. I'm here to make money and not to stroke my ego. Okay. Most people are they want to be right and they want to be in excitement, and this is how 90%. This is the reason why 90% lose money. Hard truth. All right. Oh, there's going to be a lot of good comments and questions. We'll have to next time. We'll have to give a little more giveaways. I really appreciate everybody giving it a go. All right. So now again, now you have to wait for 9:30. So it's in 35 minutes. Honestly, this is the time to just. There's nothing to do. You have to wait. You have to wait for the stock market open. Why? Why do you have to wait for stock market open? Because most orders and most orders and the order book that was based on the yesterday's price action will be starting getting executed at 9:30. So if Joe Schmo left, I need to buy 50 million worth of Microsoft. He left that order with Goldman Sachs at 5 p.m. Yesterday. This is when it's going to get executed, most likely. A lot of volume will start getting executed right now. So that's why you're gonna start. You have that in 9:30. You're gonna start seeing spikes again in the volatility. It's just an order book getting executed. All right. So let's wait. All right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? I haven't seen. Oh, 109. All right. All right. Bitcoin is very interesting. Honestly, so much volume is pouring into ETF. I think Blackstone's ETF. They released the data that they're making more money on the Bitcoin ETF than they're making on their traditional stock shit, on the tracking S&P 500 or overall stock market. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of interest. So this is this will go higher. This is just accumulation right now before another leg up. If you have whatever you have saved, it's still not. I mean, you're buying highs, obviously highly risky, but it seems that with all the crypto regulation and everything else, this is not over. There's going to be another hurrah, move up, and then maybe you can cash out there if you want, right? And then wait for the pullback, rebuy, et cetera, et cetera. But this is essentially, we're going to have a repeat of this. So what happens here? Accumulation, move up, take profit. We took out this high, we took profit, consolidation, accumulation, another leg up, blah, blah, blah. Same thing is going to be, we're just executing here, okay? So let it do this. And again, it always comes back to, it likes to come back to previous highs to retest them. So even if you can, if you don't feel comfortable buying here, it's going to go to this, then eventually it's going to go this, and then it's going to go like that, okay? Just like it did here. When it was at 109 trading, nobody thought that we're going to see 75. Nobody, okay? Nobody thought that in less than well, not less, but almost a month, in 1 month after all this, we're going to see such a huge drop. In percentage terms, look, 35%, 31%, 32%, whatever. 32% drop in 1 month. Everybody were already saying, okay, Michael Saylor is dead. He's fucked. and all that jazz, right? And it's same thing with the stock market, you know. So that's why I keep saying don't buy into the FUD, okay? I don't know where this is from, but weekly. I guess this candle right here, okay. Stocks keep on pumping, let them pump. Mm-mm-mm. And if you look at the daily gold candle, it's again, right now it's bearish because we took out previous highs here and previous lows here. So now the gold essentially stepped out all the weak hands. It shook out all the weak hands, okay? So now it can easily, like I said, can go down, and once the move is exhausted, I can hop on that move. So you're gonna start seeing euro and all the dollar pairs also kind of like you're gonna start seeing them turn around. So once you start seeing that turn around in the dollar pairs, I would and you see that gold is lagging still. That's a very good sign. That's a very good telltale sign that this will start following the U.S. dollar forex pairs as well. Okay. Whew, all right. 30 minutes till the open. So, you know, most people don't understand that this is very. Most people don't understand that this is a very boring business. You know, I make it exciting and or whatever. At least I think I do, right? But in reality, it's just you sitting and waiting most of the time. You see what's happening, you observe the market, you set the trap, and then you wait. You don't do anything, and it's boring, you know. So you just sit on your hands. You get paid to sit on your hands. It's a very old Wall Street phrase where you get paid to sit on your hands, because idiots press the button. So you get set you get paid only when you sit on your hands, meaning you wait, you have patience, you have discipline, not to hop on just because you basically don't hop on the FOMO, okay? Because FOMO kills, you know, it over long term you will be a losing trader if you just constantly FOMO in. It's because you're being triggered by the emotional state of excitement and not logic. And that's the whole point of this game, to trigger your emotion, to push your emotional buttons so you do make a mistake. So you need to understand that whenever and you need to understand how to control it within yourself. That's the most interesting, because there are gazillion systems, profitable systems. You can go on YouTube, don't buy any courses, go on YouTube, there's fucking gazillion goddamn systems you can implement. But it's not about the system. It's about your psychology and how you control your emotional states and how you react to what you see on the screen, and not be undisciplined, where you're like, okay, I'm missing. You're like a powder keg that just blows up, and then you make a mistake, and then it goes against you. And how many times did you enter a trade, and then it's just, thinking it's going to go, and then the minute you enter, the whole thing just turns around on you, right? That's because not only you were triggered in that emotional state, millions of other traders were triggered the same way, essentially, okay? And that's when you see those turnarounds. You're like, oh, fuck, now that I entered, the whole thing reverses. God damn it, right? How many times that happened? To everybody, me including. So this is how you learn not to be. So, and I know this doesn't sound like your typical, okay, let me hop on a 5-minute chart. You can go on 20 different streams, and there's going to be people who already took 17,000 trades. And, again, if it works for them, mazel tov. But for me, I can take one nice trade and make money. Why am I going to run in 17 different directions trying to do all this stupid work? I'm a lazy guy. Fuck off. I don't want to do any of that shit. I'm okay just waiting, and then imagine fighting somebody, right? They fought 10 people. By the time they get to you, you just punch him in the face and he's dead. That's what I like. Why am I going to be the first one to take the baseball to the head right? Fuck that shit. I'm not saying being a coward or anything like that. I'm just making an analogy that it's a lot easier to, to win this way. And we're here to win. Do you understand? We're not here for excitement. We're not here for any moral reasons, any fucking anything, but to make money. This is purely about making money. If it's purely about making money, then it shouldn't be about your ego. And most people make it about their ego, and that's when they lose. All right. Initial move. Retracement. This is, by the way, this is looking very fucking bullish. And now we're getting a follow through. This is, but we gotta wait. We gotta wait till 9:30 open. Well, there's gonna be a spike, and then and that's when everything will take off. All right. So another option is, well, you gotta wait for 9:30. You gotta wait for 9:30. After 9:30, that's when you can start. I can start, for me. So I'm gonna let the price. This was the initial move. People now taking profit, so the price is doing a pullback, and then when the 9:30 hits, we're gonna start seeing the flow. The reason why I'm waiting for 9:30 is very simple, because there's gonna be a huge flow of money, and since you and I don't know where it's gonna go, it's gonna go up or down. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that flow. It's trillions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars pouring in all at the same time. And you're either going to be, again, it's a flip coin. So since you don't have that data, you cannot, again, there's no probability for you to, low probability. There's no competitive advantage, or there's no statistical advantage, rather, for you to enter into a trade when you know that there's going to be a bulldozer coming right now, and it can crush in that direction or that direction, and you'll be at the mercy of lady luck. And then some of you will be make a shit ton of money real fast, and be like, oh shit, I'm the greatest, and then other ones will be crawling in their bed, crying because they just lost their account. You know what I mean? So either of these scenarios are bad, because if the guy who won, he's going to be sucking on his thumb the next time, okay, or in 2 times. Eventually he will, because he just taught himself, or she, a bad habit. Okay, that's why my job is to contain your stupid excitement and not be a monkey pressing retard. Okay, just be patient, be calm, be collected, and you execute when time is right to execute. Okay, when the price shows you something. Again, if you want to short this is going to be a good spot to short, right? Retest of the breakout. You have a breakout. If we see a turnaround, sell, okay? And in 30 minutes or 20 minutes when the stock's open, this price might as well get there. But Stan, I could have been selling here and then taking profit here, then I would buy here, and then blah, blah. Okay, fine. Can you repeat that behavior? No, you cannot. You cannot if you're gonna be trading like that out of 100 times, you're not going to make money, because you won't be able to repeat it, because you're going to basically make money once. You're going to think, oh, this is it. And then you're going to lose money 3 times afterwards. So, but by teaching yourself shitty habit. So unless you know for a fact that this is a repeatable type of trading scenario, then yes. That's why it's not about the prices always move somewhere. The prices always move. And you're like, but I could have bought it here and sold it here, and then bought it here and sold it. It's like those stupid Telegram ads for algos that show you that they pick the absolute tops and bottoms. Okay? First of all, don't buy any fucking algos. I'll tell you why. Well, because if JP Morgan is going to spend $150 million hiring PhDs with rocket science degrees and mathematicians and statisticians and blah, 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 right? And then it's some dude selling you some fucking shit for $15, okay? Does that sound like, it's like, you can buy a Ferrari, and then there's, Uncle Bob, and 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 his in his tool shed telling you, yeah, I can build you one too, buddy. Here you go. Here you go. He puts a cardboard box with little bicycle wheels, and that's your Ferrari. That's what you're buying. Okay. So don't buy Uncle Bob's Ferrari. Don't fall. Don't be an idiot. Okay. Learn how to trade yourself. Learn how to read price action. Understand that it's more about mentality, because once you understand your mentality, you start understanding other people's mentality, how they're stuck in bad trades and what they're trying to do, and how they're praying to forex gods or trading gods or futures gods, to oh my God, just please get me out of this jam. You know what I mean? Like you have, like I have previously too, right? So once you go through that process and you understand um, your own psychology, your own pitfalls, because you were in those shitty situations, guess what? There's tons and tons of people who are exactly in those shitty situations. That's how I know where they're gonna run the liquidity, how they're gonna do it before they do it, because I've seen it so many fucking times over and over and over again, and I was on the receiving side of that fucking. So I don't want to get fucked anymore. That's why I can be calm and just wait for my setup, and I'll take the setup. Just because the price is moving doesn't mean I need to be trading. Okay. That's a rookie mistake. That's when you start chasing. You're like an excited monkey, right? You want to be an excited monkey, go to a nightclub. I don't know, pop ecstasy, metaphorically speaking. Go to Vegas. Go to casino, gamble there. At least you're gonna get free drinks in casino. You're gonna get free drinks, comp meal. That at least it's something. Here, you're just gonna get fucked, and not in a nice way. So, all right. 20. Again, I don't know. We have to wait for 20 minutes for stocks to open. So initial move, continue, pullback, profit taking, and they're trying to take out the highs here now. So if they do, that's going to be very bullish, honestly, for the day. Gold is rolling over again. We're too close. Like I said, 9:30. Again, the next volume is going to hit. Once I see where that flow is going, I want to hop on that flow. Your job. So basically, they're whales. They're whales swimming. This is me. This is the whale. It's swimming this way. This is you. This is us. Little nothings. It should be more like tiny speck dots. This is us, right? We just swim underneath it in the same direction. Don't swim that way. And most people that don't understand this, just go with the flow. What's a flow? It's the money flow. It's where all the fucking money is going to. So if all the money is going that way, why are you gonna go this way? Okay, just see where the money goes. Go in the same direction, and you will make money. Okay, just don't overstay your welcome. All right. I'm just reading some funny stuff. All right. Oof. There's a lot of stuff. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all the support. All right. So 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. 15 minutes. Like I said, this is a nice level, and this is quite a telling level if we take it out. But there's now just, again, it's time to wait, and there will be, I can guarantee you there's like at least 50 people right now sitting, oh, this guy's a fucking moron, he didn't take any trades, what's the point of this, and these are the morons that will be donating their money to people like me. I can guarantee you that. Okay, because the moron here knows how to be patient, and you, the professional, right, who wants to do action and just take trades. Well, take trades, motherfucker, and you're gonna be just paying until you're gonna come and to understand that it's not about action. It's about making money and staying cool and waiting for your setup to set up. Let the market come to you, okay? Not the other way around. Not forcing. Okay, this is gonna go up. You randomly just shit pops into your head. Oh, it's gonna go up. Okay, I'm gonna go up, and then it reverses. You randomly throwing darts at the board randomly, or spinning the wheel, or flipping the coin. It's just random nonsense you're doing. And if you're doing random nonsense, you're not gonna be making money. And all these experts who are shitting, usually there's a few on the stream, who are shitting on, oh, why don't you take 5 fucking trades already? I'm here to take trades, right? Uh, you know, if you, I don't know what to say anymore. You know what I mean? I'm teaching you that, you need to be patient, disciplined, and have a setup that provides you statistical advantage in the market that is repeatable. Markets don't exactly repeat, but they rhyme. Okay, so for you to, if you're seeking for action, there's plenty of streamers trading 30-second charts. Good luck with them. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we didn't get the deep pullback. This is the ATR here, 50%, but only gold. So we just did a 38.2 again. Maybe that's all she wrote. We'll see. But gotta wait. Unfortunately, gotta wait for the open in 14 minutes, because it can do this, it can do this, it can do anything, right? So, or it can just do this right now. So if I don't know what the fuck it's gonna do, why am I gonna? And these are all 3 equally possible possibilities. So why am I gonna go long if there is a possibility? I want to go. I want to go long or short, or enter a trade when I have some understanding and some probability lined up that I'm right. If I am just guessing without any statistical probability aligned with my thought, then there is no business of trading, because you're going to be up, down, down, up, down, down, up, and this is how you, at best, will be a break-even trader. Out of 100 trades, at best, will be break-even. Most likely, you'll be in the 90% zone where everybody, gets. So, all right, exciting stuff. We're actually we're gonna be bringing a few guest speakers starting next week. We're gonna be bringing a few funded traders onto the live stream, because it will be a lot easier. Not a lot easier, but it'll be a lot more entertaining for people to hear other traders who are obviously younger than me, and how did they get funded during this stream. So we do not only do analysis, but we also share war stories, and it's going to be banter. Instead of me just yelling in a microphone, it's going to be more of a 2 people yelling in a microphone. So yeah, there you go. It's fantastic. So come Monday, 9 a.m. Obviously we're gonna be doing NFP live around 8:20, 8:15, because honestly, we don't even need to do NFP. It doesn't matter what happens during the 8:30 release of NFP. What's important is what happens at 9:30 after the stock market opens, and you have that hour and a half, 2 hours to execute one trade, make the fucking money, and then be done by 12 by noon. Okay, that's it. That's what I'm waiting for. So, but since you're all live here, you're like itching. Okay, so when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? I don't know when it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen when it happens. I can't push the market one way or another for just for your fucking entertainment. This is not Gladiator the movie. Are you entertained? Right? It's not about entertainment. It's about what? Making money. All right. So we wait to make money, and not. Obviously, you have to have something interesting going on. You have to like what's happening, but most of the time, a trader just sits and waits. sits and waits until the setup hits, and then they push the button. They go in, at the right moment in time in the market when there's statistical probability, and they reap the rewards 70% of the time. And sometimes markets still do what they do, but majority of the time you will be making money. Okay. So unfortunately, we're like in the middle of this post-release news. What am I gonna do? I can do this. I can do this. There's no point in predicting this or pushing this. So you wait for some barriers. This is the barrier. This is a good level here too. Obviously, this is a huge level right here. So let the price come to one of these critical areas and show you something. Show you some kind of reaction that is at least giving you some idea that, okay, maybe this is happening and I can hop on that, take a stab at it, put my stop loss somewhere, and whether it works out or not, whatever. But at least there's something. But when you're in the middle of something, knowing that in 8 minutes, 9 minutes, we're going to have another huge volume of flow coming in, just randomly pressing button is great. It's great for brokerages because you generate fees for them. They don't give a shit if you're, long or short. And most of the brokers will actually, they don't even pass your order into anywhere. They will just take the opposite side of you because they know most retail traders will lose money. So there's no even point to pass your order into the open market because that's how retarded most people are. Okay, so because they're impatient and lack of knowledge, and that's why you're here. So if we haven't taken 7 trades by now, and you're mad, you will know why when you get wiped out a few times, okay? And then you'll remember my words in 6 months, a year, most likely most of these people will be out of this business, and be mad, oh, this is bullshit, doesn't work. Yeah, of course it doesn't. For most people, it doesn't work because it's difficult. And they have these, instead of listening to somebody with 20 years of experience, they listen to their ingenious brain with zero fucking real knowledge of the business. It's like me going into the, open heart surgery, and I know nothing about surgery. I'll be like, why are you slicing him so slow? Why is it taking 17 hours? Why is the heart surgery taking 17 hours? Let's do it in one. I want action. Let me fucking cut this motherfucker up, open him up, just do, right? It's asinine. If it takes 17 hours to do an open heart surgery, you got and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And if a professional doctor is telling you, a surgeon tells you that it takes 17 fucking hours to do, then it takes 17 hours to do. And you coming from the street, all of a sudden, well, it's too long. Definitely, this guy's an idiot. He's an idiot because it's taking too long. You can do it in an hour, just what's the big deal? You cut the motherfucker up, open him up, put some hoses in him, stitch him up, off you go, go ride your bicycle. Here you go, a lollipop. This is how all these retards, trolls on stream, this is them essentially. Okay, so if you want to be one of them, be one of them. Market is the best teacher in the world. It humbles everybody. I'm sure in your limited already experience, you've experienced when you're on a winning streak, and then something happens, and all of a sudden, you fly so high, you get burnt. Okay, this is why. Your ego gets tripped up. You're like, oh, finally, I figured it out. I'm the fucking G. I will be the best trader in the world. Blah, blah, blah. Finally, after 3 weeks of me doing this, I know exactly how this works. And, you had 5 winning trades. You turn your $1,000 into $10,000, whatever. Right? Okay. And then the market comes back and whap, right across your fucking face. Right? Smacks you like a little bitch and tells you, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Right? And that's when you start learning and listening. It's not ADD, it's a lack of, so that's why I always say I'm beaten like a rented mule. I was one of these assholes too. Right? And that's how I know. And the market beat the fucking shit out of me until I started listening. That's all it is. And that's why I can sit and wait for the trade to develop and for the setup to develop, and then I take it. And you have zero experience. You didn't get smacked in the face enough times yet, but you will. Stay in the biz long enough. Everybody gets fucked, until you can do the proverbial fucking yourself, right? So, but it takes time. It takes time. It takes effort, and there's a learning curve to this. And the learning curve, again, you're new. I understand also that there is a positive side to it. You're new. You're excited. You want to learn something. You want to learn it fast. You want to show your dedication. I understand that. All right. So, and that's why you were constantly looking, seeking where to trade today. Make some money. Hustle. I understand. All right. But this is not, you won't be able to, just because you need to hustle and you need to pay your rent, markets could give two shits about that. Okay. They don't give a shit. You can't force market to do something and or force your view onto the market because you need to pay your sugar baby's fucking rent. You know what I mean? Or some shit. I don't know, right? Because you need to buy a car. Nobody cares. So listen to an old beaten wolf. All right. So we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, not exciting. See, this is normal day. This is normal day in the office. You sit, obviously, you have music playing, right? You can chat. You can do. Some people play video games. You knock yourself out. You obviously have. One day I'll create a camera that points into my screens. So you also see maybe a dual setup how it all looks to me and. Might be actually. Let me know what. Let me write it down. That's a good fucking idea. 1 second. Something positive for me today. It's I've came up with a good idea. There you go. All right. We got 3 minutes till stock market open, cash market open. Nasdaq ripping, S&P ripping, good economy. So okay, so somebody asked, how do you mentally reset after a bad trade or losing streak, especially when you're managing a larger funded account? What mindset and routine? Okay, well, when I was in my 20s, it was probably not the healthiest of resets, so to speak. Right? You go to party, you go to alcohol involved, all that proverbial Wall Street shit. That's not the way to go. It's just gonna kill you. So gym is paramount. I don't know. Nobody likes going to some. Well, some people do, but you have to. So in KGB, the CIA of the Soviet Union, they actually taught whenever you're under high stress, the fastest way to relieve yourself of that stress is to put all your energy into your physical body. And how do you do that? You through physical exercise and training. So when you're stressed the fuck out, go hit the punching bag, go hit the gym, do some heavy weights, go for a jog. It will immediately change your state because emotion comes from motion. Okay, that's Anthony Robbins' phrase I'm borrowing. So when you move, your emotion changes. When you're standing like this, hunched over, your physiology dictates your emotional state. So when you're hunched over like that, I don't know if you can see it, but you get the point, right? How does a depressed person look? Does he stand like this with the chest up, head up, I'm ready to conquer the world? Does he stand in the Superman fucking position? Or he's hunched over, right? We all know that. Same thing here. It's your physiology Change your physiology, and your emotional state will change. Obviously, I talk about the meditation at nauseam. 5 minutes, not 30 minutes, not fucking gazillion. Just do at least 5 minutes of quiet. It calms your amygdala, your emotional center of the brain, that fight or flight, that's responsible for fight or flight, your lizard brain. It calms down amygdala, so now you can actually have clear head to make decision making process, and that's why it's bad to be in excited states, because you're not operating from your prefrontal cortex as much as you're operating on the lizard brain. So that's why you're like a monkey throwing fucking darts. All right. So meditation, workout. Obviously, if you have, go for a walk. Walking isn't. I mean, depends where you live, obviously, right? But jog, walk. Even a walk, listening to music. You need to reset once in a while, because you get beaten in this business. This motherfucker is tough. Like I said, there's not a single trader in the world worth their salt who didn't crawl up in bed and wanted to, disappear, so to speak, right? We are as a feeling, not physically. It happens to everybody. The toughest of toughest, it beats you down. It beats you down, and you need to learn how to be okay with it, how to deal with it, how to act despite of it. All right, and that's when you become more. This is why it takes years of this business, because it's not only learning about what a candlestick is. It's that psychological journey that will enable you to be a winner in this business. All right. Okay, so stocks are ripping. We're going to have, I think, the dollar should be turning around back down. I think we're going to go up here. So maybe a play for for the euro and similar shit, maybe something like this. Okay. I also watch for sells here. If there's a clear sign that we popped, there's an exhaustion, and then follow through candle opens up and we go down. So these are the plays for euro. Let's see. I'm not chasing stocks at all-time highs. I'm not going to just be buying here. I have individual stocks that I own, but indices, no, I'm not going to be. If you want to buy stocks today, at least buy them here, because then you can put your stop here maybe, and you have one-to-one trade right here. Okay, so this order block right here on the 15-minute might be a good area for a bounce. Chasing, recipe for disaster. And also, the reason why you should be looking at multiple markets at the same time. So, for example, you want to see that Bitcoin is confirming the risk on, right? What else is confirming? The S&Ps, the stock markets, also confirming bullish move. When you start seeing multiple markets confirming the same move, that means the move is legitimate. That means there's a huge flow of money into that direction, and that's a good sign. That means that you're on the right side of the flow, of the trend, and you want to be trading with the trend, not against it. So let's see if we can. I would probably buy gold as well. Let me see 5-minute chart. This might be a trade right here. Remove this. So maybe one-to-one. Yeah. So this is more of a scalp. This is not even usually what I would take, but basically this is what I could do. You can also put your stop here, but it's more risky. Only 7 points, not bad. But I prefer to put against today's lows because it's high probability that they're not going to get hit. Okay. All right. Today is a long one. Let's see if we if market gives us the chance to do that. Also watch futures versus spot and futures, different pricing, but sometimes one lags the other a little bit, and one confirms the other. So okay, there we go. Let's see. Maybe I'll if we see I'll remove this shit. If we get this, I have to wait for a candle to close around this area, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, that's, and then take out this top, and that's when I can go long. Maybe put stops below here, and it's going to be easier, a smaller one-to-one. Waiting. All right, come on. There we go. I know, not exciting. I see we're losing people already. They want to hit that button, but all right, there we go. Come on. Oops. And so while gold is doing this, I also want to see what silver is doing. See, silver is still pumping. Now that's a very good sign, because silver is going up while gold does a little pullback to give us, hopefully will give us, see, right now they're just retested just this high, and I wanted it to retest the body, and it's already jumping. So that means the buyers are there. See, this is trying to bounce on a 1 minute chart, right? So come on. A little more love. Come on, don't be a bitch. Again, see? Why do you think it's a coincidence that we retested exactly this high? Look, to the fucking pip, right? So you have to look for these evidences, and it's bouncing, motherfucker. And that's what I was afraid of. Sometimes, I mean, I like to body retest, not the swing high. So this is becoming super bullish. It's gonna probably run right now. But it is what it is, you know. You can't win them all. Not win them all, but oops, should have closed the gold, silver. Fuck. Zag. USD. 1 sec. Come on. Sorry, guys. I mean, again, I have to. Not sorry, but I have to. I have to wait. Fuck. I think that's all she wrote. See, like I said. What? All right. It's still 9:40 only, so there will be a 10 a.m. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Have to wait. Have to wait. But that's the game plan. So at least to here. You can probably put your stop below here and go long right now here and ride this. That's a ultra uh, short scalp, but not my cup of tea. But the trade is there. It's valid. Stop loss here. We just took out the high, ride it to this zone right here. But too short of a time frame for my taste buds. All right, come on. But it looks like it's happening. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Let's again always look at what's happening with the euro pound. Wow, look, all those shorts who were selling. This was instant, right? So most people sold here. Where are they now? They're all fucked because they're gonna run stops here now. That's next, and then it can turn around or go up. But essentially, previous swing, stop loss city, inefficient price action. What happens to the inefficient price action? It usually gets closed. That's what happened. It's closed now, and we have a follow through. So I think gold is going to be a bullish, keep on trucking too. So I think we're going to see gold here. All right, I'm going to, one sec. Where is it? Where is it? Da-da-da-da. All right. Yeah, I can't just be a dancing clown monkey. Sorry, guys, all the time. Now I'm in the more focus mode, so being quiet. But I can't just be talking for 5 hours straight for your entertainment. Exactly. Sometimes you just have to wait for market to do one thing or another. Okay, so it's going to be another retest of this auto block as well at some point. Okay, silver is finally showing some signs of exertion, so maybe we'll still get this and I drive up. I'll wait another 5 minutes. After that, I'm gonna sign off. I'm just gonna leave an alert if the price when the price gets here, when the price gets here, if the price gets here. Okay. So I'm gonna once the alert gets triggered, I come back up, not come back on the stream, but I return to my it grabs my attention. I don't need to be sitting there and watching paint dry. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant. So, but yeah, this is I think we stupid hyperability. We're gonna see this right now. So. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. A little more. A little more love. Somebody asked somebody, how do you shift your mindset from money-based outcome to process-based because I'm suffering? All right. So it's, again, you forget about making money. Treat this, your first year is you're in a university. Do not think about making money the first 6 months. Okay, do not. It's not about making money. You're there to learn. So what you need to do is you need to completely switch your mindset. I'm not here to make money and start pushing your views on the market. You're here to learn and develop your trading system. In the next 12 months, you have to have enough patience to realize this is a long term. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and you're gonna dedicate the next 6 months to 12 months to develop your trading system by constantly backtesting it and tweaking it to the point where you start finally seeing out of series of at least 20 trades, you start seeing that they're winning. How do you keep track of that? You have to have a journal. Nobody wants to keep a journal. I'm not talking about journal with your fucking emotional states. Today I got my period. No. I need you to take a picture, take a video, take whatever the fuck you need to take. I prefer visual, so to this day, I take pictures and I write notes of my trades. And I see the setup, my expectations for the trade, why I took the trade, and then whenever the trade is finished, either in profit or break even or a loss, obviously you write how much you made, what was the percentage gain, what was the, and you see the reality of things because did it match your expectation? And if it didn't match your expectation, what the fuck happened? And you make adjustments. And this is how over a 6 month period of time of journaling every fucking trade. And that's why when you're trading monkey on a 1 minute chart, you cannot even journal because it's just noise. You just, that's all you're doing. Your job is to find high probability trades, not a lot of trades just because for the sake of a lot of trading. All right. And the way to do it is through journaling. Again, don't care about your feelings. It's more of just keeping a track record of all your attempted trades, whether they're demo or they are small account. Doesn't fucking matter. Well, small account is better than demo because on demo everybody's goddamn king and queen, So here you need to you journal. I promise you, after you have 50 entries in your journal, you will start spotting certain patterns. You're gonna spot two things. They will just jump at you. Shit that doesn't work, and shit that has some promising look to it. I can promise you that. Out of 50 trades, out of 100 trades, you're gonna have now a statistically significant number that it will just fucking jump at you. It happens to every fucking trader on the planet. Okay, you'll be just like, what the fuck? You know why? Well, because we teach ourselves a lot of bad habits too through experimentation, right? When you shouldn't be entering trades, you entered and you won, and you thought, oh, okay, this is a good method, but then your brain kind of ignores the 10 times that you lost money there. It doesn't keep accurate track of all of everything because it remembers the emotional state you were in during those trades more so than the trades themselves. Okay, and to eliminate that, you need to have cold hard evidence. Cold hard evidence will jump at you. You'll be like, holy shit, I cannot believe I was a fucking retard who was taking this garbage shit over and over and over again. Because why? You're gonna start seeing your expectation. That's why you write your expectations and why you took the trade. Because you were expecting it to do this and it went that. And you took it 20 fucking times. Guess what? Shit don't work. Don't take it the next time. And the visual aid of you being wrong so many times, it kind of mentally just, it drives the point home very fucking fast. So this is probably the best way I can tell you to how to develop your system, how to become profitable, is to keep a journal, your expectation and reality, your expectation and reality. And it's you're gonna start spotting patterns of when expectation, when reality, when your expectations met the reality, right? And those are the ones you start taking more of. Okay, it will become apparent, and then it's just tweaking a little bit, playing around, how to refining it. Okay, and then you put some, you start increasing the size of your trades. But because you have confidence now, because you know out of 1,000 of these trades, 750 or 60%, whatever, will be profitable. You're not hanging up on one particular bad trade, because you're now thinking in a series of trades. I'm here to take for the next month 50 trades or 20 trades. Out of those trades, certain percentages will be bad, and the 3 losers in a row that you took, risking 1% or 0.5% or whatever on the large account, right? It's not going to make anything. But people risk 5-10% on their $1,000. They have 4 losers in a row. Now they're down, and then now they're panicking. Now they want to make up more. They increase the size, and it's a spiral to hell. All right, it's a spiral to well, you know where it leads to, right? So it's basically you need to spend time. And I know it's fucking work. And I know most of you won't do it, because I was an asshole like that too, until it became necessary, because I got tired of losing. When you get tired of losing, this is what you do. Okay? I promise you, it will be so fucking eye-opening when you start seeing your mistakes, because now you're not relying on your memory, what happened 3 weeks ago. Who the fuck remembers what happened 3 weeks ago, right? What you're going to be seeing at the end of the month, when you look over all your, 30, 50 trades that you took, right? You're going to start seeing, holy shit, 3 weeks ago, I took this. 17 days I took, 18 days ago, 15 days ago. You start seeing, I'm taking these shitty fucking trades over and over and over that I already forgot about it. They already mentally checked out about. And because you see expectation not meeting the reality over and over and over again, like, what the fuck? I'm not that retarded, obviously, right? So you make corrections. You make corrective, you correct your course of action, and that's how you start winning. That's it. That's the answer. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to sign off. Like I said, I'm watching this level. I want to see this candle right here. See this candle right here? You see this candle right here? With a follow through, put your stop loss here or here or here, and let it ride. Okay? That's the trade. It will happen. Hopefully. And if not, then there's always next time. And we'll maybe stop by the Discord where you can discuss this live with other traders and get my attention. If this thing happens, tag me. I'll stop by Discord. Maybe I'll do a Discord live follow-up in a few hours or in the afternoon. We'll see. All right? On that note, even if we didn't take trades today, I hope you got a lot of educational material. I hope it's mindset. This is not difficult. The mechanics of the situation is not difficult. It's knowing when to execute and knowing the demons within yourself and how to avoid them. You know what I mean? So I hope you got a lot of positive information, something that will enable you on your journey, and go from there. All right, and be in the journey that will make you profitable. Because nothing brings joy to me is seeing smiles of people when I interview them as funded traders. You know what I mean? They were banging their heads for a year, for 5 years, and then finally it clicked. And then they just, 1 payout, 2 payout, 3 payouts, 10 payouts, and they're making money. They're making money for us. They're making money for themselves, It's beautiful. And then they're like, fuck, I'm independent, I'm free, nobody tells me what to do anymore, I don't need to have a job, I can just, it's me relying on my abilities and being self-sufficient. And nothing in this world for a man or a woman is nicer than being a free, self-sufficient human being, okay? Not being dependent on anybody else. So here's to your independence. And on that note, happy Independence Day for my fellow Americans tomorrow. We're not going to be doing live tomorrow, no point. Marcus will be dead. And not dead, but anyway. I'll be back Monday, 9 a.m. We'll see what happens. And we'll, like I said, I'll continue the limited series. Hopefully, again, if you come with good questions, I'm going to have my moderators paste me because I cannot read the feed and do this at the same time. I'm gonna have my moderators paste me best of the best of the best, so I can address some question and answers as well. So if your question did not get picked today, just reuse it on Monday. I promise you, I will address every single question that was asked today and comment on Monday. Okay, they will be, just repaste them. And I will talk to on whatever issue, whatever question there it was. I will definitely address every single one of them. We'll spend the whole Monday doing that. Okay? If it takes 5 hours, it'll take 5 hours. But every single one of your questions, so you don't think that you just came in and wasted time. Obviously, you didn't waste time, but every single question will be answered on Monday. All right? On that positive note, I wish you lots of success. Happy 4th of July, baby. And let's rock and roll next week. All right. Cheers. Go.